was like, hey, I want to talk to you about something. I want to tell you something. Promise you won't get mad. And I was like, just stop right there. First of all, never going to make a promise like that because I might get mad. And second of all, let's just have the conversation on the show. And you were like, not so sure you want to do that.
I think it'll be helpful for other people to listen to because I know the difference in our relationship versus the mass majority and the reaction most people would get, I feel like, and it can create toxicity. And I feel like you're going to have your own opinions, and that's what I'm also here to listen to, is also hear you out and hear your opinions. But I feel like you're going to have a healthier reaction than most parents might, and it could be helpful for other people to listen to, including parents.
Are you moving out of state? Oh, God. Get to your offensive statement.
It's not offensive. So I've kind of joked about it before starting an OnlyFans, but it's also not what you think either.
It always starts off like that. It always is not what you think until you get a little bit of taste of success, a little bit of taste of money, and then you go from feet pics to busting it down. Listen, under no circumstance as a father will I ever approve of my daughter participating in an OnlyFans. I'm overprotective about her even being seen on my platform on YouTube. Under no circumstance should any father be okay with his daughter saying that she's going to start off or she's going to start an OF. I don't care how nice she say it's going to be. Just the very association with it is silly. And you chasing money, that means that you lack moral character as a woman. And at some point, we got to start being fathers and stop being friends to our daughters and our sons. This is ridiculous, in my opinion.
Would be taking a more model route in that way. But I also do feel like we obviously have a little bit of a presence together. So I want to get your opinions and thoughts. And I also want to tell you, but I also feel like I have assets that I could capitalize on. And
call them assets.
I'm a businesswoman. You taught me to be a businesswoman. And I have my...
Nah, but I didn't teach you how to be a prostitute. Podcast over. Cut it off. I don't know if they was doing this live, but I wouldn't even have uploaded this. Absolutely not. I do not agree. And where did I go wrong? Am I raising you? And I understand that, you can't control them once they get to a certain age. But I'm legitimately questioning every single thing, and I'm going through every single year that you've been up and born, and did I give you too much freedom and all of that? Because that's got to be one of a father's worst nightmares. If some chick talking about, I have assets that I can capitalize on, and I'm going to put it up on the internet to live forever. Absolutely effing not. Never, ever. No way. Never how. No. The answer is no.
My boundaries as well as my own adult. There are a lot of things that I won't do, but there's also, some modeling I would love to do anyway. So there's that.
First and foremost, I love you. I respect you. I raised you to be independent, to be, like you said, to be business-minded, to be logical.
That's the problem.
And I guess the biggest thing is you being safe. Like having a daughter already, knowing that you're highly likely to be assaulted or hit or groped or something like that. That's already on a father's mind when he has a girl. So there's that protection part of me that's like, I don't want you to be opened up to even more people stalking or chasing you or doing stuff because...
What about the fact that you basically prostituting yourself for money? What about the fact that you know that it's a possibility for people to be paying to see her assets while she's trying to be a model? What about the fact that you raising her to be an independent woman versus being a functioning adult that really understands the role that she's supposed to play in influencing others or impacting other people as far as doing the right thing? I can't, man. I just can't. It's these new age. This is why I hold the older generation accountable. And I don't just hold older black men accountable. I hold people accountable, men accountable of all races, creeds, cultures. If you in the United States of America, this modern culture is not for me, man. I just got a whole nother disposition.
I have bail money. Like, I'm willing to straight up go to prison.
I know.
That's already a problem that we have to deal with. And then on top of that, you being like, oh, here's a booby. Now, just a booby. A lot of what I'm feeling is like protection. I don't want you to do something that's going to make something harder on you later in life. Like, when I was 19, I thought I was going to be one thing, and my life completely went in a different direction. What if when you're 37, you decide to run for president or run for some kind of office, or you want to be taken seriously as an actor in some major, or you want to be an outspoken, activist in a certain thing, and this comes back to haunt you? Maybe society will grow up and that kind of stuff won't affect you negatively. But I'm concerned with your safety. I'm concerned with your future. And I don't want you to do anything that's going to harm future you. My fear is that you would do something now, get money now, and then when you're in your 40s, you look back on it and go, man, I really had an opportunity to do something bigger with my life. And because that stuff exists on the internet, now I'm prohibited or restricted in some other aspect of my life.
And he's right. He's 100% right about this. And we live in times, unprecedented times, to where people are just now, I don't even know if they're really suffering because the technology is so new and because social media is still in its infancy as long as we've had it. I don't know if really people have lived long enough to really understand the impact of their decisions when they decide to do certain things online. And I don't think that people think about future you. You only think about your current circumstance. And when you make decisions in your current circumstance, you make decisions under duress. And this is the most logical thing that he said in this whole thing. I'm just not sure that I will be having this conversation online.
Raise you to respect yourself and to be safe. And I mean, you're a grown
on one ear and out the other.
Woman, you're going to do what you're going to do.
Nope.
Doesn't feel great.
Nope.
But I love you and I respect you. And if that's what you want to do, then, I mean, I support you in whatever you want to do. I just really want you to be careful.
That's the worst, the absolute. He's saying the right thing and then the wrong thing right after that. I do not support you in this. I don't have to support everything that you do just because we related or you my daughter. No, I'm absolutely against it. 110%. And at some point, you got to draw a line. You got to stop being a friend. You got to start being a father. I do not support you in this decision.
Well, and that's why I have
boundaries. That I just said, not only your safety, but your future opportunity.
Because all she's doing is looking for validation so she can continue to do what she said that she wanted to do in the first place. And that's why she's making excuses and saying, oh, that's why I have boundaries. No, it's because you're a whore. And you're whoring yourself out on the internet.
It's like, if you're going to do something like that, to do it in a way that's classy and respectful of who you are and not ruining future opportunities.
Yeah, and that's where, like, I have my boundaries.
I don't own you. I don't control you. You're not mine, but I care so deeply about you. Like, there's not another single human on this planet that I care to protect more than you. And so it's just a safety thing. I appreciate you telling me.
Yeah.
And us talking about it. I'm glad we're close enough to have this conversation.
I'd rather you know than...
It's not up to me. You know what I mean? You don't need my approval or blessing. I mean...
You always need my approval and blessing. And even if you are a grown woman, I don't care how grown you think you are, you're still my baby. And that's why, when you walk a woman down the aisle, when you walk your daughter down the aisle, it's cover to cover, right? You got to continue to cover her until she get over into her husband. And then her husband is supposed to cover her after that. Man, I don't really understand all of this independent stuff and this independent. I'm just not of that. I'm not built like that. That's not what my mindset is. I don't support it. I don't believe in it. I don't believe that anybody have independence when they become interdependent on you when something happens to them. Absolutely not. I do not validate all she was doing was sitting there and enduring through the soliloquy that he was putting on so that she can continue to do what she want to do.
I trust you to handle yourself. Like, my job as your parent is to teach you how to live without me. Like, I know that sounds morbid and screwed up, but I don't want to be on my deathbed in my 90s and having you being like, Dad, don't leave. I don't know how to do taxes. I'm like, I want you to be like, I got this. Let go. You're fine. I want to peacefully, pass into my death knowing that you're going to be fine.
Mm-hmm.
So I've given you those tools up to this point for you to just handle your business.
A lot of people are going to feel like this is like because I don't respect myself. And I feel like the one thing that I do want to make clear is that this is because I respect myself. I want to just do it the fastest way possible so I have more time to do things like rescues and charities and help my family and my friends that need help.
So this is really my fault because I failed to become a billionaire.
Absolutely. Your fault. Absolutely.
Before you became an adult. If I'd been a billionaire, you'd be like,
yep,
there's no point.
You didn't realize that your child was going to be just like money hungry and business drawn.
Well, there you go, dads.
And here I am.
Go get your bag so that your daughter doesn't have to.
Nah, I completely, this is disrespectful. It's a lie. It's fake. As far as the reasoning why she's saying that she want to do it. Yeah, so she can go and save cats and charities. Man, shut up, man. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. I think it's disrespectful, and I would never go for it. I would have never agreed to it. You would be excommunicated from my life if this is what you decided to do, and I can't do it. I think that you got to draw a line in the sand. You got to be a parent, and you got to stop being a friend. But I could be off. Make sure you guys let me know what you think inside of the comments. Tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Teach Hanley 30% off your first order plus a free gift. And then we going up from there. Make sure you tap into the Millionaire Morning Show today and then after hours tonight. I can't wait to see y'all comments on this one.